Lex Luthor, Morgan Snicker Room. So much soul about to bust out the room. All different flavors, way more than 32. From these shoes, you can't mess with these dudes. Nike Reeboks, about to sock the knees. Golden Goose is on dude.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Soul Brothers, hosted by yours truly, Flex Luthor, and none other than Morgan Snicker Room. Today, guys, we are blessed with a guest, Mr. Mike. What's up? What's new? And how you feeling, my guy?
What's good, fellas? What's good? It's cool to be on the other side, not having to do the hosting duty. So I appreciate y'all for having me on.
Yeah.
It's good to have you, man. It's good to have you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we don't took a trip over there. We were like, yeah, man, we gotta get Mike on the show, man. We gotta get the Mike.
Flex said, when is our episode dropping?
We got probably a week or two. We good. No, this was coming out. For if you guys haven't heard the other side, there is we like to call it the redacted episode, where we just all got a little out of pocket. We say, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's not hurt our chances of actually being successful and not release this one. But we have an episode coming out with sneaker history, of course. The homie Hoss as well is on that episode, and we had a few I was recording nonstop just to make sure we had some stuff in the bucket. So I would say probably about 2 weeks from now we should be up.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, my guy, go ahead and introduce yourself. Give a full pronunciation on that last name, man, because I know a lot of people are wondering. So,
it happens. Oh, thank you. I think Morgan got it first try.
It's the English language is not difficult.
Man, look, you'd be surprised. I work with a bunch of suit-wearing professionals, and they can't get the name right to save their life. So,
I believe it.
But Mike Guillory, 1/4 of the Sneaker History podcast. We've been up and running with Sneaker History, the podcast that is, since 2019. Sneaker History has been around, I think, a couple years before that. So Nick Engvall started Sneaker History. I so happened by chance linked up with him through Instagram, linked up with Robbie through Instagram, completely separately, not knowing they were part of the same team. Hooked up with them, actually started writing with them first because we didn't have any a visual media at that point, and it's just kind of exploded. It's been really cool to see what we really accomplished over the past 5-6 years, and from there, with the podcast, really kind of got the bug of creating. So I started my own YouTube channel. I think probably exactly 5 years to the day, and it is one of those, definitely, it's my baby, my thing I'm really trying to keep creating. It's definitely something tough. I know you guys know in that visual media space is definitely a grind, but it's something I really enjoy and hope to see. I definitely see some growth, see a lot of, eyes looking that way. Maybe not, you can see them looking. They're not quite, making contact yet, but you can definitely tell there's some contact. There are some eyes on you, and hopefully it translates into something here in the near future, because I would love to make that my 9 to 5. I love the art of making just videos. It's just
creating things. Yeah.
Love it. 100%.
If I could get Morgan to really lock in, he seems like he's almost there. He's showing these little catalog videos. I was like, okay, wait a minute. He's like, he's want to get in his bag now.
You ready? Look, I saw that. It was good, man.
Yeah,
okay.
You like it? You like it for real? Okay, yeah.
It's solid, man. I didn't know what you were going to do at first. I was like, catalog? I thought you were about to catalog everything you own, and good God, you're going to be here for days.
No, so I did that already, right? Kind of. I did the 365 days of sneakers, and it went well, but once we hit that 365, a little bit before that, once we started getting to the end, either the algorithm or people stopped really focusing on that, and now it's just all right, we're beating a dead horse. We get it. Morgan's got a lot of sneakers, and now I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with the platform, right? We talked about on the last episode that we are quite a few episodes that we're kind of shifting away from TikTok, because that's the playpen of sneaker media. It's everybody can do whatever. It's training wheels.
Finding yourself. You're definitely finding yourself while you're on there.
Yeah, for sure.
You can test things out. There's a lot of things I would post on TikTok that I wouldn't even take the time to post on Instagram or anywhere
right?
else.
With Instagram, it feels like I need to the quality needs to be there, and I think that I've kind of tapped in on that with the catalog series. Because what it's supposed to be like, the catalog is like my catalog of sneakers, but it's also like at first the font was going to be like the East Bay magazine, right? Like the East Bay catalog, right? So I remember like going through catalogs and stuff like that, and then just like kind of cataloging my thoughts on sneakers and cataloging like sneakers in general. So I feel like Jay-Z was like a little triple entendre.
I think it should revamp the 365 days of sneakers.
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, I don't think people care. I don't think people care that much.
Well,
Probably not a year ago, but right now, you got a ton of runners. Runners are the thing right now.
Well, your obscure stuff. So every so often, when I get the bug to show off what's in my collection, I do a segment on Instagram called "What's in the Collection." Weirdly enough, they do really well every freaking time I put them out. But it's something I just pull something random from the stack that doesn't get talked about, something that didn't get hyped up, or something that fell into the cracks along the sneaker line somewhere, and we like break it down in history, like quick 90 seconds of history, detail of what it is. People like that. I think people have kind of gotten over let me just see a collection, because not you guys, because I mean, there's a lot of people out there who just show the same things over, but I think that's why that algorithm kind of started pushing away, because people are like, you're just gonna show me no Travis Scott, or you're just gonna show me this. When in reality, you're not. But people just see, he's about to show a sneaker, I'm just gonna flick next video. Yeah,
I even with our showcase sneaker, not today, obviously, you guys can see my showcase sneaker behind me, but I started going deeper into the closet and like. I shouldn't even say closet. It's a bedroom. Excuse me.
Stock room.
I'm going deeper into where my older pairs are and pulling pairs from there. And I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, like I have this. Like when did I get a Tommy Hilfiger Kith collab? Like I forgot.
Way back, dude. I mean?
Like when did I get that sneaker and why did I get that sneaker?
It's crazy.
But like just finding stuff like that. Obviously today it's like what was close and but. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'm still trying to in the wintertime, the motivation is just at an all-time low. So that's really hard, but I'm trying to get back into like a rhythm of making content, editing. I've got some more tools now that I can use compared to when we did the 365 days of sneakers. Because if you look at those old videos, man, they were terrible.
Oh, dude, they're night and day different. Night and day different. Look at the catalog and like, okay, Morgan got the crispy lighting going on, little 4K video.
Like, and that's just trying to, like, that's what I really focus on is just, like, trying to hone my craft and, get better. And I don't see that all the time. So I hope that it ends up paying off.
Yeah, dude. I think that's something that's awesome. Is one of those things that you start finding inspiration along the way. And not just so I really have narrowed my sneaker content watching to a very small amount because everyone's again showing the same things. I really like nitpick the things I like you guys again, Haas things that Beyond Kicks. I still watch them, but I watch a lot of cinematic type videos. So. The big name out there, probably everyone knows, Peter McKinnon. I love his videos. He's a photographer, videographer. I watch his stuff. Or if you look in the tech space, Andres Vendoza. He does these videos where they're super well done, almost like TV show quality, where he's going in and one of his homeboys, he's like building a new room for them with a whole new tech in it, or talk about his day in the life with an iPhone 16. And I really want to take those elements. And this year I was talking to my wife about that. I was like, I'm going to still do reviews, but my joy is more than just a talking head,
right.
And I think and that's what drives me. I love art, and I just like I've got a million different ideas. I've been like jotting down, storyboarding, just like I want to take these further because we all have to find a way to stand out in a very crowded space. And I think quality behind it, the quality, knowledge, passion behind it, that's what makes you stand out in the space.
Yeah. I think that's what, and I think we need to focus more on people who have knowledge, right? Like,
oh God, yes.
I think I think that should be a bigger focus in 2025 is like, who are the content creators who actually know about what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it on Instagram a lot now that I'm focusing more on Instagram. I'm seeing a lot of creators. Like I already knew about Uncle Schooler, but like Revenge of the Sneakers, like so many people who have I think his name's Universal Soul or Universal. You know what I'm talking about?
I gotta double check. I don't think I remember that name at least, but I go check him out.
But like, these guys have got so much knowledge of like, you know, of just sneakers and history and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, these are the guys. Like, this is who, or this is where the sneaker community needs to go. It's not like, hey, I've been into sneakers for a year or two. This is my opinion on the next Travis Scott. I think we're oversaturated with that. I think we have a lot of that already.
Well, it's the low-hanging fruit. It's the low-hanging fruit. It's like, hey, Travis Scott's popular. People like his music. People like the shoes. I get two audiences.
And the cycle is old. The cycle's getting old. Like, we get looks. Oh, these are the worst ones yet, or they're the best ones yet. And, you know, they sell out. And then they resell for $500, right? Like, it's a cycle that it's getting old. And I think it started with those Phantom Black ones, where they were the worst ones that anybody had ever seen. And then they sell out, and what are they going for now? Like hundreds of dollars, and it's crazy.
Like 400 or 500, believe.
Yeah. So before we get too deep into it, we'll talk a lot more about these topics, but what did we wear today? What's on feet?
Oh, so
rocking and stocking. What are we rocking and stocking?
Well, hey, you know, we can. Hey, it's a crossover. We got it. So what I have on feet today is going to be the Mizuno Wave Rider 10. I recently, like this past 2024, discovered Mizuno Sports Style, and I kind of fell into this rabbit hole. This is the Shishiko colorway. It is dude. If you hadn't tried a Mizuno Sports Style, they're on par with your New Balances, your ASIC Gel like 3 type when it comes to materials, but you get that. You get the Kayano look if you want that futuristic type runner. These are awesome. I think I'm going to actually Rit dye these indigo.
Yeah.
Again, want to take more chances, and this is all white. She's going to get dirty. I'm going to dye it. So there's only 2 options there. So that's what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah. I have one pair of Mizunos in the collection, and it's the 24 Pilates like King Cobra pair. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's the only pair I have. But I like the Wave Rider OG. I like that. I like that model a lot. All right, Flex, what'd you wear today, man?
So I wore the Star Cow.
Nice.
Omni-9.
I realize now that I had your face covered on my screen with other stuff, and like he probably has something going on. I completely just
Oh yeah.
My bad, man. I'm looking at your show notes.
He was sharing it and then just dropped it.
Dude, that's my fault. I had your show notes right next to you, and I was like, I didn't see anything there. So you know what? I'm gonna readjust my screen. That's on me.
Hilarious.
Nah, you good.
I'm coming here messing up.
You good, Mike. You good.
Hey, we played it off until just now.
That's real pro move right there.
Like,
real pro move.
I was like, all right, well, okay. Yeah, those are nice. Love those, man. But yeah, I went with the Star Cow Omni 9. Yeah, I love my Sauconys, man. I love my Sauconys, especially the Omni 9. Very comfortable silhouette. So yeah, that's the pair I'm going with.
Yeah, as we've said before, it's a great pair. What I wore today, we have about 8 inches of snow on the ground right now. It's miserable, and I left the house. I was supposed to have a tennis lesson at 9, and then it got pushed back to 10:30, and now it's like we just canceled it because I left the house to try to drive there, and I was like, no, this ain't happening. But I wore the Kith and Solomon XT4K. This is the second episode in a row that I've worn the Kith Solomon collab. Yeah, because last episode I wore the XT Voyager.
Nice.
I'm still getting used to how these look and like how to wear them. Because I was wearing some Nike joggers, some like old tech fleece joggers that I've had for about a decade, and it is not a good look with these. But with the snow outside, like I threw these on. I like them. They're fine. It says Kith on the side here. Like
that's dope.
Yeah, I like that. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out like how to style these.
Cargo pants, bro.
that type of thing. Cargo pants.
Wider leg pant is always the way to go with those.
Yeah. So I like them.
I'm still hunting for Flex's shoe. Like I still want one that's not going to cost me $230 on the resale market. The freaking Green Star cows. I'm looking. I'm searching.
Yeah.
What size are you?
I'm a 10.
Okay. I'll send you a link. I know exactly.
Oh, look at that! This man already knew. Look, got the links ready.
Yeah, I'll send you a link, man.
I will take it. Thank you, sir.
From. But yeah, let's get into the. Wow, I figured that we're gonna get into the topics. We kind of already really spoke on it a little bit. But as we talk about creating new content and really, I feel like we're all trying to find our place. I feel like we've got a place, but now we're getting settled in. You know, we're for the long run. So now we're like, I want to stand the test of time. Do you ever kind of reconsider doing like content on sneakers, just because you're not getting the views or looks that we once were? Because 2020 was a great year to do anything. Anything you want to do in sneakers, customize them.
Oh yeah,
repair them, soles, anything.
Whatever you wanted. Yeah. It was funny to me is that I started in 2020, but it was literally 2 months before pandemic, and like, well, that's just, I don't know if you want to call it good luck or bad luck, whatever you want to call it, but
yeah,
I started January 2020, and just that's when I got the confidence to do it, because we've been doing a podcast, and again, my wife is always my kind of like my biggest champion here, so I was telling her about it. She's like, just go do it. I was like, I don't know. I don't like looking at myself talk. I don't like hear myself talk half the time. She's like, just go record it and see what happens. And
that's what my fiance said. She said the exact same thing. She said the exact same thing.
You need that voice, man.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about it, my first TikTok was actually a dancing video. But once my sneaker video took off, I immediately took it off. But yeah, but my first TikTok was a dancing video.
What song was it? Renegade?
It was it was the slow mo. You don't gotta go to work. You remember that one?
Yeah. I can't remember who sang that song, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know who. Yeah.
Did it get views?
It did, but like not sneaker like my 500,000 views I got on my first sneaker video. Nah.
God damn, that's wild. 500,000 on the first one?
Yeah. Like 3 in a row at that. Like 3 in a row at that.
See, that's crazy. Amazing. My first videos were terrible. I tried to be, because I was really into like ASMR and listening to ASMR. And I was trying to find like sneaker related ASMR, right? Yeah. And so I was just trying to be like calm and like, very like soft spoken and stuff. Yeah. But y'all know that's not me. But like that's what that's what I wanted. And so one of my homeboys was like, "Bro, I hate your videos." Like told me just straight up, bro. I hate your videos, bro. And so I took a little bit of time, and then I started thinking about like, all right, boom, 365 days of sneakers, and then on top of that, I had another video blow up. That was the
Slip on, right? Easy Fly Easies.
That one really blew up. Okay. But even before that was the business card scene from American Psycho. Yeah. It was that, but with like gray New Balances.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
I like what you're thinking there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one really blew up. And I've thought about recreating that video. I might
do it. All the Asics, man. With the 3 or 4 Asics everyone's wearing. I swear they all look alike. Just do it that way.
Yeah. So that really boosted me. And then of course, like Flex said, the Fly Ease video where I was like, Nike trying to, virtue signal and say that this sneaker is for whoever. Yeah. But they ended up being limited. The first release ended up being limited.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, that video really took off. It got like 2 million views. Still got 2 million views.
Damn, I don't know what that even looks like. I'm trying to get like, yo. I mean,
it's crazy, bro. I'm telling you, every time you scroll, bro, every time you like refresh your notifications, it's crazy, bro. Like it had me looking at it while I was driving, bro. Like refresh. Oh my god, bro. Refresh.
And then the follows, like TikTok was insane with the follows. Like,
Yeah.
See,
you're
I was
getting
late to the TikTok party.
2,000 or 3,000 followers in a day, and you're just like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is going on?
It's crazy because it was so like we talk about things being instant. Like I thought Instagram was instant gratification, but TikTok, God, dog.
Yeah,
See,
you can go
I
up.
like TikTok compared to Instagram. Like Instagram is kind of like more of like a slow burn,
Yeah,
right? Where I can get views weeks to months later, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
TikTok is like after a week, even on those most viral videos, like after a week, you see the slowdown considerably. Yeah.
man.
But I'll tell you what, man, I'm not. We kind of chase that. You kind of chase that high of the.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
That dopamine, bro, of like getting all those likes at once. Like
You start visualizing your new life. You start making a $5,000 a video. Like, oh yeah, this finna be it.
yeah, this is
the old saying though is like, don't get too high on your highs and don't get too low on your lows. Like you really have to live that when we do this kind of I guess job, for lack of better words. Is like you have to be very even keeled, because I look at something like, oh dang, okay. Then I look at the next thing like, like dang, that sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at my videos now, like just looking at the views on my last TikToks, I got one catalog, like the catalog video got 700 views on TikTok. Then I did the wearing Solomon's in public. I got 5,000. Yeah. So it's like I'm in the hundreds of views right now when I was consistently in the tens of thousands.
Is that TikTok or Instagram?
On TikTok. On TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think TikTok sneaker has. I mean, it's just TikTok's going a different direction. That's all it is. I don't post them on there as much as I should. I really do it to cover a base. So my thought process is there's 3 mediums for me to post a short on. It is TikTok, it is Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts, which is nice. YouTube actually gone to 3 minutes now in their Reels, which is really nice. But I will never have one Reel do amazing on all 3 platforms at once. So it's really just I scatter spray it and say, okay, one of these is gonna work. And it happens all the time. So I did one with AD Sneaks. He was on the pod with me. The clip did 24,000 on Instagram, which I think is amazing for me. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Go to TikTok, 1,000, 600, something like that.
Yeah.
Complete like nosedive, and then YouTube again wants something different, so it can be hit or miss. That same clip, I can put it up probably a month from now, do great, but then it didn't do so hot. It's just you got to pick the spots, and it is very. I mean, everything has its own algorithm. You know, you can always look and see what they want in it, but is it really what you want to produce? That's really the big thing. Is like I'm gonna keep producing what I want to produce, and I just need the right eyes. I mean, it's one of those things. I may not be the person with 1 million subscribers, which I would love to have that. I'm not gonna lie and say I wouldn't.
Yeah,
but I'm almost at just about 5,000 on YouTube, and it's a very, I think, a quality 5,000, if that makes sense. Like the opportunities I've received in my 5 years of doing YouTube, I think have really been I've been overperforming in this in comparison to what the numbers say. So I'm really blessed by that, by all means, that again my content is quality enough that people want to reach out for said event or whatever. So I'm okay with it. I'm just gonna keep doing it and try to keep growing myself, because I'm a person that's I'm never satisfied with the end product. So starting from my first video, I didn't have a tripod. I was editing with Apple iMovie. I had my iPhone, was it 10 at the time? Whatever it was, iPhone sitting on top of a stack of books across from my desk. No microphone. Like sound was abysmal, and to where we are now with things and like, knowledge, how to do things. It was like, cool. If I keep that progression, I will like be untouchable when it comes to making a video. Like there's so many things I don't know, but so much I can learn.
I'm looking at your reels now, man, and you got like, I see the 80 sneaks with almost 25K. There's a Jordan 1 with 20.6K.
Dude, and that one, Mr. Unloved Ones, that's a couple years old. Mr. Unloved Ones actually posted that one a couple a couple weeks ago, so I got more play off of that one just randomly because he's he's super knowledgeable in his space with the Jordan, and especially Jordan 1. It helps. I love like the camaraderie around those, like, hey, people repost, like that helps a lot.
It's definitely insane the amount of influence that someone can do. I mean, like when we do a collaborated post with AD Sneaks, Self, Dre the Shoe Guy, School or something like that, Key, like we automatically go from 16 likes to 300 likes
immediately.
It's like it's crazy how fast like people are like on it. Like it's kind of hard to like, y'all all are really looking at it at the same time. Like there's 365 of y'all really looking at this at the same time. But yeah, I mean, it's it's dope, and I feel like we're in a point where we need to start building those bridges. Where we can collaborate, on posts. I never really force anybody to collaborate on our posts. Like I just reach the hand out there. Hey, if you want to, you can. If you don't, I'm cool with it.
That's how I feel about it, man.
And if the people that do like say like they do want to collaborate, I always tell them like, hey, whenever you want to stop sharing it on your profile, or because I know most like, I know it don't fit their aesthetics of their page, So I'm like,
Didn't somebody get all butthurt because you stopped collaborating with them? No, I think that was somebody else. I think they talking about a different. That's a different story. Nah, Flex.
Don't put that out there on me.
No. But Mike, I'm curious to see how you're gonna apply the cinematic look to like sneakers. I know with tech I feel like it's a little easier. I mean, because you're using that technology anyways. So
100%.
What's your plans for creating that cinematic for sneakers and sneaker content?
So what I want to do is, of course, still do the reviews. That is always going to be a thing. Of course, anything I can do to enhance the visuals of that, of course, I'm going to do. But a lot of things we talk about is stories. Like, we depend on a brand to give us a story. And I was just kind of coming to the conclusion, like, you know what? If the brand gives us a story, great. We'll tell that story on camera, give it everything we got. But what I want to do is, I have my own story. I live my own life. So one of the things I want to do is, I'm big into the CrossFit space now. Like I work with Reebok a lot with their Nano series, and I'm testing out the latest one that comes out later this month. And I was like, you know what? Instead of just doing a normal, I tested it out and did this. Kind of, I guess, take a step back. My wife and we did this nutrition like challenge a few months back with our gym, and the results were just crazy. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Now I'm just kind of this mind space, like, I want to test my body. Like, what can I do? How like strong can I get? So I'm going to take my workout shoes, the Nanos, and any other one I try, and incorporate that into kind of a lifestyle vlog of just my journey into the nutrition and like the deeper into the realm of CrossFit.
I like that.
Yeah, like, I want to tell my own story. Like, I can't rely on Jordan Brand to give me a story all the time. I can't rely on the brands to do it for me. So it's like, if I want to be a self-sustaining brand myself as Mike, I have to be able to bring something to the table. So if I can take this GR pair of one of the shoes I want to try out in this series is going to be LeBron's trainer. I don't know I think that's all it's called, like the LeBron trainer, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones I want to try. It's something no one's talking about. I think Chris and Wear Testers did a review. Only people I think I saw did one. It's an interesting thought. Age 40, he has a trainer now. See that he's kind of changing spaces. So it's like, why can't I do things like, let's just bring that into the fold, show the workouts, show the nutrition planning, show the vlogging style. Because you look at people out there who are doing that vlogging style, and I want to flip the script on them. So there's a guy out there I watch. His name's Jayhawk, or Johnny Hawkstetter. Please forgive me if I got your name wrong. I love his channel. He does tech stuff, right? He's a sneakerhead. He always, like, you look in his office, he has boxes of sneakers like we do floating around his office. He does, if you take a percent of his content that's sneaker related, is 0.1%. And last video I was watching, he's working on doing a brand deal with StockX. So if tech guy who's doing nothing but tech can get a sneaker deal, well, let me do what he's doing and flip the script. Let me get deals everywhere else now. Like, let me start. I'll start eating. Like, I plan on like doing the workout stuff. I'm not a big, like, I like tech. I'm not gonna dive into it with you, but also big into cooking. I'm like, I'm gonna implement every aspect of my life into sneakers and just let it flow naturally, and that's where the cinematic will come in.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I feel like a lot of us are trying to find some way to separate ourselves from everyone else. I mean, you got Morgan doing the catalog, you got you doing your lifestyle vlog. I'm doing my whole little journey of 500 pairs, and I noticed what I wanted to stray away from was a review. Like, I didn't want to really review the shoe. I want to give you the points and the hints of it, but I really want to give you the reason why I got them, the reason why I put them in my collection, why I like them, what I care about, you know, because a lot of times when people give the reviews, not really giving personal stuff, they're just really giving you what you want to hear, like, oh, this quality is great, this is, I like, you know, so that's what I've been trying to do. I am thinking about doing a little crossover with wrestling.
There you go.
I do a lot. I mean, I've been a wrestling fan since I can remember, before I was into sneakers, honestly. So I've been thinking about doing that because now we're seeing a mesh of sneakers and wrestling, really. A lot of people that are into sneakers are getting into wrestling. A lot of people that's into wrestling getting into sneakers, and I'm already into both. So why not do it?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like I say, integrated. There's so many. I mean, all these wrestlers out there wearing these Jordans, these Nikes and stuff now. Why the heck not? They're crossing over. Like, I think we felt like we got to be stuck in our one little niche, our lane. There's so much out. We do so much with our sneakers every day. From, you know, whether it be bringing kids to school, to Morgan on the tennis court, to whatever. Like, there's so much we do that we can make. My goal is to make evergreen content. I want somebody to be able to come to my video in 10 years and watch it, and it's not a review. I mean, cool reviews to happen, but I want to be able to have a video that is that's entertaining, as opposed to just, oh, okay, well, you reviewed this shoe that came out 10 years ago. I can't buy it. What's the point of watching it?
Yeah. I started feeling like all of my, like, the 365 days of sneakers videos, it just became where I was talking about the same things. And I'm somebody who really, you know, storytelling is a big part of sneakers for me. I'm not sure if everybody shares that, but I think what I find difficult is figuring out what people want to see, like what do and how do I make content that I want to make that is also what people want to see. Like, that's the hard 100%. Part for me, because I'm just like, I'm going to make content I want to make, but then if I'm not getting the, you know, if I feel like I've spent a lot of time on something I'm proud of and it's not getting the reception and it's not getting, like, people aren't seeing it, then it's like, that sucks. And you do that for 2 years and you just kind of become disillusioned by it.
It hurts the soul. It definitely hurts the soul when you do, like, a passion project out of your norm. You're like, oh, I'm going to do this. So you're like, oh, 10 views. I'm like, all right. Well, that sucks. But you move through it, because with those, I find, like, I am very bad about numbers, and I try not to be. I will sit there and go through, like, the YouTube, like, studio app on my phone, or sit on my computer like I'm doing now, just run numbers. I'm like, that is one of my, like, promises to myself now, that I just won't do it as much, because it's, again, it gives you this feeling of, like, non-accomplishment. But what happens if you get 10 views, but lo and behold, I'm speaking super grandiose here. Saucony CEO saw that. It was like, oh, bet, let's call this dude. Don't matter if he got 10. I love the quality of what he did. So I'm trying to live that way, to say, you know what? I just need the right eyes. I don't need every, what I don't know what gen they are, Gen Z person watching my video, because honestly, the video's not really made for that group.
I've been my content, now that I've been doing the videos for Saucony, I've noticed that Saucony is a global brand. There's a lot of people that I see watching from Russia. I just got Saucony Europe reached out to me, and they want to reuse my video, and I'm just like, it's dope, because it's like, it's a whole nother country. Like, there's a whole nother base audience, so it's dope when you, and that video didn't do well. I think I might have started at like 300. Then J Tips had reposted it, gave it some traction. Then, I don't know if they seen it from the Saucony lifestyle page or, But yeah, they reached out, and I mean, like you said, you post those videos and you may not get a lot of views on it, but out of those 300, there's an important view in there. There's somebody important that watched and was like, you know what? they don't see it yet, but we do. So let's let's give them an opportunity. So yeah, that's
definitely
it's
agree with that.
Yeah.
That's the rewarding part right there.
Yep. No, 100%, man, and that's why I keep doing it, because like, again, the numbers will finally come. You're everyone like when you put the work in, the dam breaks eventually to where it'll flood in. It's just the you got to put the effort in. Like, you got to have like, you're like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Like, you got to plan, put it together, and be consistent. And that's what when you see the fall off. That's why I can probably name you 5 sneaker podcasts, because guess what? Consistency wasn't there. They like only do a podcast, and then they made 10 episodes. Like, I don't have a deal from Nike yet. All right, I'm done. It's like, it's a grind. This is not an easy thing. Like,
it's not easy.
Gratification.
It's not easy.
I feel like we got lucky. I feel like we well, I don't want to say lucky, because I feel like we do deserve it, but this doesn't happen every day. Like, even though we're not as big as we will want to be, I mean, I seen us garner 500 followers in a year. I mean, we're getting views and we're getting downloads. We're already, I think we just reached 3K, and we're not it's not even a year and a half. So like, that's not an everyday thing, but I didn't really know those numbers until I really got into the space of podcasting. So I was like, dang, we're really not doing anything. Like, we're not getting there. And then I was talking to Kia about it, and she was like, bro, you tripping. Like, you got people listening. You not notice people that hop on there and get on there every week and don't have nobody listening. Like, literally just posting just to post, editing and putting it out there. And I was like, I gotta be more grateful for like what we've accomplished and what we're doing.
No, being grateful. Like, the audience is clearly what makes it, but the audience will be able to tell you immediately, is like, hey, you're a bunch of crap, in a sense of you don't believe in what you're doing. They'll let you know if you don't believe in what you're doing. And they'll stick with you if they know that you're like passionate about what you're doing. Again, it just comes back to being a genuine person through doing whatever it is we do, no matter what direction we decide to bring our channels, bring our podcasts. It's like, hey, are you genuinely enjoying this? Like, people like what is that? Joe Budden. Even though dude is just, it seems like angry 99% of the time, he clearly enjoys podcasting. So you're gonna get people back, because he wants to come to work every day. So that brings people to the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we touched bases on it earlier, but I want to get into how you became part of the Sneaker History podcast.
By chance, literally.
It is all. I like that.
and I say that lightly, because it is one of those things where I had always kind of toyed around, like, wanting to write for like sneaker outlets. I always like, when I write for Nice Kicks, I want to write for Sneaker News. I want to would love to write for Hype Beast and the Japan office. Like, those were things I always like. Oh, that'd be cool. And I just finally got to a point in my normal 9 to 5. I was like. And I always use the same analogy. It's like, I'm tired of paying for someone else's Rolls Royce. Like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a Rolls Royce, but it's like, I saw one of our CEOs at our company pull up in one of those one time. I'm like, I kind of want to do my own thing. It's like, I mean, I'm not ever like right now until I get enough money to buy my own benefits and stuff. Like, hey, that's great. Like, that was an old job I had. It was just very frustrating. Like, I work in HR now. And hey, my company is amazing. It's great, and it's just like I still just have this innate fire to do something on my own. So I was just kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna start looking through Instagram, start using it as a tool, and that's how I already follow Nick. They had a podcast, him, Tiffany Beers, and then Cousteau, all the podcast called Outside the Box for a while. Listen to that. And I ended up connecting with Nick. I was like, oh, man, this is cool. I saw, Sneaker History Connection, that he created that. And started talking to him, and, man, I let him know, hey, man, look, I'm looking to find a place to try. To try. And, God bless Nick. He's like, this guy who had never written any publication a day in his life. He's like, cool, let's try. And ever since then, like, it was me, him, and then of course Robbie was there before me, and then Rohit joined on as well with us a little bit later in that, and it has just been like going and going, and like we were writing at first, but then we were like, you know what? All the stuff we talk about, we have a group chat. All the stuff we talk about is like, why don't we just put it together and just create a podcast?
Yeah.
Lots of trial and error. We got it right. I mean, honestly, I don't even know what episode we're on anymore. We are surpassed 300. I know that. We're somewhere in the 4th, maybe 5s now. I know we got to a point of like sometime beginning of last year. I think we hit the 500,000 downloads.
Wow.
Which,
wow.
I mean, that's 5 years of work. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of
downloads a year. I mean, I know it's probably not like that, you know.
Yeah, it was definitely like this kind of deal, you know?
Yeah.
But it is just a really cool thing to see, and it all just worked perfectly. It's like, again, I'm a firm believer God opened doors that we just gotta, we gotta walk through. We just gotta wait for His timing, and that's what happened. That all was just kind of this divine intervention in my life. So like, okay, you're gonna meet Nick, you meet Robbie, you're gonna do this, and then COVID happened. And when COVID happened, this is the funny part about COVID. COVID didn't help me in the sense of buying more sneakers. In fact, I probably bought the least amount of sneakers in my life at that point. But it transitioned my job from having to go to the office every day to I started that position in this HR company I work for in 2019, August 2019. By March of 2020, when everything shut down, my position became 100% remote, which gave me flexibility to
do
all the videos. So I'm able to do my job, be good at my job, but in between, I'm able to create, which is the perfect situation. This is perfect. Like I say, my job's cool. Everyone there is great. I got great benefits, get paid well, but I also get to work on my dream at the same time without having to sacrifice $1. So I make sure I can still provide for my family. So that way, at one point, when I transition to say, hey, cool, I can leave on, hey, I'm making more than what I'm making here, leave on good terms. It's not one of those angry, spiteful, happy where I'm at. And I'm looking to build from there.
Yeah.
I've seen people who are like, yo, I quit my job to make content, and so the stakes are higher, and that means that I'm going to work harder.
No,
right?
that's that battle rapper mentality. I ain't got that in me. I like benefits. My family like to eat, so I'm gonna keep working.
Exactly.
I'm still trying to figure out because I don't want to go into full-time content creating because I don't want to lose my health benefits insurance for me, my daughter. I don't want to lose my 401k, my retirement. I mean, there's so many things that a job can provide for you, the regular 9 to 5 that can provide for you, that freelance and sneaker content cannot. Nike's not going to give me an insurance plan. YouTube's not going to give me an insurance plan. There is no deductible. It's a full out of pocket when you go to the dentist or when you go to the doctor. So those are the things that I think about. And also you got credit and stuff. You got to be able to document this stuff. So you going to go get a mortgage, a house loan, car loan, and you talking about, unless you're making real YouTube money, they're going to be like, This is your job history for the past 3 years, YouTube, and it's not. I just wonder what those people do.
You're not gonna put YouTube on you're not just gonna put YouTube on a resume. You're gonna put videographer.
Self-employed. Okay. But the thing is,
but you still gotta show some words.
With that 1099 out, here it is from Google. So it's 1099 from Google.
So you gotta show where that money comes from. You can't say self-employed and it's coming from you because it's not. I mean, it's self-employed that you're on YouTube, but you still gotta show deposits in your bank and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
it's hard because YouTube only pays you once a month.
And they send you? Do they send you
I get a tax
pay
form
stubs?
I get one.
All that stuff.
Yeah. So when you hit that, whatever that threshold is, become a YouTube partner, you will get this form you fill out, and your YouTube studio will change a little bit, have an extra part for the earnings where you can go in and you get access to AdSense. That's what they pay you through, and then you can get your pay stubs, you get your year-end tax forms. But the thing about it, again, a lot of things that the people aren't disclosing so much. I'm stopping to be a full-time creator. is that the AdSense is not where the money is. It's the brand deals.
Yeah.
Truly what it is. And the brand deals, it's a catch-22. So when you look at it, is the brand deals, you get a good chunk of money. Like, I've seen some of these brand deals some of these tech guys are getting. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm in the wrong space. But I'm sure the same, like, you're getting the same ones if you're prominent in the sneaker community or, you know, mixing with the fashion, whatever it may be. Yeah. But what is crazy about it is that you get this money, but you can also lose. You look at that, your first video, your first set of videos before your brand deal, and your next videos after that. Is it the same person? Are you staying true to what you started at? Right. Because that brand deal comes with a set of
rules.
Set of rules
and regulations.
Which it's okay to have. I'm not mad at rules because if Nike, Adidas, Saucony, whoever say, "Hey, Mike, we got a brand deal, but I need you to follow this guideline," I'm gonna be like, once you see that tag at the back, and be like, "Cool, like I'm gonna follow these rules." But my thing is, one thing I'm always gonna do with if anybody, I've never had a brand deal yet. Just FYI, if I ever got one, I want to, whoever I'm talking to, I'm like, look, I'll do this brand deal, but I want to be able to still create the way I create. That would be my only stipulation. Like, I don't take that away from me because you won't be getting the right person if you're doing this.
Yeah.
You'll lose that passion and that excitement. You being creative, because I feel like that's fueled by you being excited and being passionate. You being creative. But lastly, as we close out the episode, I really want to talk about the great release of 2025. I feel like this, everybody's really hyping up this 40th anniversary of Air Jordan. And now, don't get me wrong, this is a great lineup, but I feel like it's becoming, you know, we're going to be talking about it 10 years later. People are going to be like, the great release of 2025. You know, this is when this drop, and I feel like it's not going to be what people. So I want to get your opinion on that, man. How do you feel about the great release of 2025?
I think this is the great marketing strategy of 2025.
There we go.
Oh, it is, because so how many things have we already seen been canceled? We've been getting this news for like the last year. There's been at least 10 cancellations, 20 pushbacks, 50 things that aren't real. I mean, it's cool. It's a brand's 40th anniversary. I expect them to do this. Like, this is going to be here.
Turn up.
Do what you're going to do. Release everything. Like, but are you going to change the buying habits of the consumer? And I'm no professional. I'm not like a marketing genius, but looking at just patterns, any person in our space can see this, is that it's not the shoe making people not want to buy it. It's your price tag. It's like, I'm looking at these Lucky Short 3s. I like the Lucky Short 3s. I don't want to give you $200 for a Jordan 3. I got a couple already.
210, 225. It's like,
you can't do that. Like, and there's nothing. There's a few things. I'll take that back. I won't say it's nothing. There's a few things that here I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, I will save for. I'm not trying to go after all of these. There's a couple things I'm out to save for, and that's going to be Nigel Sylvester Jordan 1 Low. Going to save for that one. I don't know when it's going to come out. Will I be able to get it? God knows. If they actually come out with the 85 cut of the Royal's one of my top 2 Jordan 1s, I would love to get that. But there's not anything I'm jumping over. Like, I'm not breaking the bank for it. I mean, the Jordan 5s, I had the 2016 pairs. I just sold them not that long ago. I have a love-hate relationship with 5s. I love the way they look, but when I put them on feet, I look stupid. Like, this is what it is. Like, I'm not built for 5s.
Yeah, when you look down at the shoe, it's just like, why is it so like flat and wide? And
maybe I'm not tall enough for it. I'm not a tall person, so maybe I'm just not tall enough for 5s. It is fine. Like, and they're beautiful shoes. But I had the last version, and if I sold it, why would I buy it again? Like, I almost try to psych myself out of the dumbness I have. Like, oh, it's coming out, let's do it again.
Yeah, at a higher price, at
a higher price. And those were, I think, when I bought those in 20, that was one of the most expensive Jordans at the time. It was like $200. Yeah, and I bought those for retail. With the 225 in 2016.
Which pair was it? The metallic?
It was the metallics.
Yeah, because they had a nice era. So. Yeah, it was 225.
Yep. I bought that retail, and I was like, I loved the shoe while I had it, but as time went by, couldn't do nothing with it, and I ended up selling it or trading it for my buddy for some other stuff. I can't remember, but I don't have it anymore, and it's like I can't make myself do it. But Jordan 8 Aquas, I gotta have. I love the 8. we're gonna look at probably the UNC reimagined ones. Do my best, and I like the 12s. I'm a big fan of 12. Mellow 12s would be one I would like to grab.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to have my hands on that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
One of the things I'm kind of concerned about is if the United States goes through with the tariffs, like with Jordan having their factories in China, like we think these shoes are expensive now, like it's only going to go up more. Yeah. And so then what's Jordan going to do, right? Like if Saucony can, if Saucony can give us a higher quality product for a lower price point, man, like I don't see even like New Balance. I know they have the made in the US sneakers, but like I'm pretty sure a lot of that is still made in overseas.
I'm sure it's put together here. Yeah, I'm sure all the stuff they put together here.
Yeah. So like if Jordan Brand is going to if the price is going to go up even more, I mean they're talking about what 10% blanket tariffs. It's going to be that's another $20 on top of.
Keep them.
You know what I'm saying? Like
keep them.
I'm excited about a lot of these, but and maybe the tariffs won't be in place by the time these release, or these have already been made. But this might be the last great year, the last shot that Jordan has before it becomes truly a luxury item, not just like a comfort item, but a luxury item.
Yeah, and now we know that it was not. They're talking about inflation. You know, we've all talked about the inflation and this why it got more expensive, but we've already come to find out that there was actually no need to up the price on there because everybody. Yeah, there was no reason to up them.
Yep. They were blaming inflation, and I'm sorry, Flex. I'm sorry, but they're blaming inflation. But like the United States, the inflation rate in the United States was lower than the rest of the world. But CEOs were raising prices with the perceived like inflation, right?
Yeah.
Like, we
want the bonus,
whatever.
They want the bonus at the end of the year.
Yeah. So it's getting sticky.
Yeah. I mean go ahead, Flex.
I mean, I feel like Morgan said, we're one step closer to Jordan's being a luxury brand. They become a designer brand here soon. I mean, we got Golden Goose pairs that are coming in on sale for Jordan retro pairs. Go ahead.
What are like what's a Jordan retro at now? Like not a 1
GR 210.
Anything outside of a 1 and 2 is 210 base.
Yeah.
So if we're looking at if it's just the 10%, right? We're looking at a $21 increase. Are we buying Jordans for $231? A GR for $231?
No,
I'm telling you. It's
you know what happens? Like, wait for, and this is what I do. If you get first of all, some of you guys need to get on the show. My good friend Jay, Shanghai Soul. He lives out. He's lives out there. He teaches at a school, and we talk all the time. And he's from, I think he's from California. No, he's from Maryland. I can't remember where he's from. I think he's from Maryland. But as soon as Jordans hit the shelf out there, they're on sale. Immediately on sale.
Because of the price, or just the demand's not there?
The demand's not there. It's like, so people they don't care for them as much. They've moved on to other brands, like they're the Antas, the Li Nings, Adidas. They have better relationship with Advantage, so I feel like they don't have the want for Nike isn't as high in Asia as it used to be. Which, I mean, you got people like James Harden, they're doing like Asia exclusives. Like they have a bigger audience out there with these other, especially basketball side of things. But they're going on sale. So if you ever look at a shoe, let's go any Jordan out there. If you go to early pairs on GOAT or StockX, mainly GOAT, you look at them and say, "Wait, why is this under retail?" It's because they're buying them cheaper in Asia and then still making their money as they resell them, and they don't have to deal with all the shipping fees. Yeah. GOAT's taking care of it. Like I bought my Kobe 6 All-Star games early, $220, because they don't care. They just sell them to sell them, and I got it for $10 over retail. So it was one of those things like I will do that. I will go to a resale market to get a shoe on sale, which is completely backwards than what it used to be now. Like, I don't buy like things like when it releases on sneakers, I'll look at it. If it's something, decently priced, cool, I'll shoot for it. But I, in most cases, will say, okay, let it release, let the hype die down. Like right now, I'm looking at copper foams on GOAT 180. I'm like, cool. I'm not spending $240 on that joint. Like, I love the shoe. I'm just not spending $240 on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already dipping and diving in other brands, but if Jordan and Nike go up another $21, man, that's just like you.
I'm done. I mean, I don't need it that bad. I've experienced most Jordans.
That's a rough one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like. I have like. I mean, of course, I could always like. Ooh, there's ones I like. I got Shadow 1 lows, which is my favorite color of the Jordan 1. I got Fire Red 3s. I got Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse 1s, which is the closest thing I'm getting to Chicago without paying a gang of money.
Yep.
So I am not about to go in and just give you a fortune for a pair of shoes that's going to disintegrate in 10 years.
I'm not doing it. And then, like, even with, I feel like it is a great marketing strategy for Jordan to let everybody know that we're going to get these classic and these retros. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, like, I ain't seen what Saucony's dropping for 2025. I ain't seen what New Balance is dropping for 2025.
Exactly. They keep it close to the chest. They don't drop. They don't have these leaks with New Balance and Asics and Saucony. Adidas barely has leaks. Like, usually when you get Adidas leak, the shoe's coming out a week later. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you don't know the true leak.
I was looking on here. I was looking for Adidas and Saucony and New Balance releases for 2025 on Instagram. And that's what I've been doing. It's like I can't find anything. Like I can't find anything to like talk about.
I'll hold my dollars for that, man.
The closest I've seen like some GRs. I've seen some GRs from 2025, but nothing
like we don't know what's coming out in the summer. We don't know what's coming out next.
I don't know the holiday release. I was like, I don't know what's coming out at Christmas. Like I shouldn't know that.
That's true, right? Like I think that we should learn what the holiday Jordan is going to be in like July, August, September, something like that.
6 months is easy.
You can get excited, like you know what I'm saying, like I'm learning about holiday releases 2 years before those holidays. But and then that's not even what we're gonna get, right? Like we were supposed to get a mesh cool gray 11, right? Like what happened with that? Thank God.
Thank right. God I was like, it's nonsense. I mean, they're just. But again, like we talked about earlier, I mean, it looks like people are being paid to do the leaks now from brands themselves, which that is obscene to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because we see like the sneaker pages that I follow that give you the links for something that's unreleased or restocked or something. I noticed they're doing the sizes are going. It's just like
you go there and what happened?
Full size run. Like, bro, the only thing going is 8.5. but it says on those tweets like they get paid from people clicking those links, like Adidas alerts, and that's a big one is Adidas alerts for me. Sizes are going.
Exactly right. Like, and that's fine. I don't mind if other people get paid for letting me know that, but it's not a secret what's happening.
But the thing is, it makes it bad when people make it a secret. So I work with Adidas on affiliate. I don't do it as much just because, I mean, between us, I mean, besides basketball, they hadn't had anything like lifestyle. So I've done lifestyle. I mean, I've done basketball stuff. AE1, there's only so many times I can talk about the AE1. I'm like, but this year looks like, I mean, we talked about before we started, Morgan, the Lunar New Year pack. I'm excited about that from Adidas. Looking at that AE1, we got that. What is that? The Intimidator? Is that the?
Yeah, there's an Intimidator. I'm looking it up now.
A Crazy 8 low. There's some nice stuff. I'm
not a big fan of the low Crazy 8. Like I love the high.
I got so many highs that I just want to change now. Like let me get some lows to add into the collection. There's the Harden. That's China exclusive though, but you can get it for under retail on anywhere else because There's just so many pairs they probably threw out there.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. There's the Intimidator. I like the Intimidator a lot. But yeah, like Adidas isn't doing much with their like casual lifestyle sneakers. Like I thought the A to ZX series, and I've said it 100 times, the A to ZX series should have been bigger than it was. Like that was I felt like that was
a bad time.
Yes.
It got overshadowed by Jordan because at the point that was in that COVID years when everybody was like crapping their pants to buy a pair of Jordans. I got which ones do I have? I have the concept pairs, the Boston Marathon, like foil blanket.
Got them. Yep.
The Titan pair, like the Thanos color, purple.
Yeah. Dead Hype.
Yeah, thank you.
I got those for like 30, 40 bucks.
Outlet, $30.
Yeah, right?
Yep. I got those. And then what was the other one? Oh my god, it's slipping away from me. It was the green pair that glows in the dark.
G Snake.
Yeah, what was the collaborator on that one? I cannot remember. Saved my life.
Not Atmos. Was it Atmos?
I think it was Atmos, yeah. It was Atmos, the G Snakes, yeah. That was the second time they did that, the G Snake on something. And dude, and then I got the ZX8000 Aquas, the
like one of the original colorways.
Well, yeah. So I'll get the original colorway, but not the bright one. It was the 2019 pair that did the faded color. So they did I might have them reverse order, but they did a 2019 version at the end of the year that was nice, new, and bright. But then there was another one that had really nice suede and stuff on it that looked a little bit muted. That's the pair I got, and I still like those. Are sneakers I won't get rid of because those are absolute classics.
Yeah,
we haven't seen a ZX8000 in a hot minute since that. The Bape collaboration a couple years back again.
Yeah,
that was the Bape collaboration. That was part of the Undefeated. Oh yeah. Like with that A to ZX series, like I got so many of those sneakers. Like I got both Iraq pairs. I got the Overkills. I've got the Bapes. I've got the G Snakes. I've got the Thanos pair. Like I got so many of them. And then on top of that, the 30 years of torsion, like the anniversary. Like there's so much history there that I feel like would do well, especially with where we're at now with runners. Right. I think that 30, not the 30 years of torsion, but the A to ZX would go crazy right now.
They need to. I mean, looking at what Saucony's doing and like the bright colors, the awesome collaborations, meaningful collaborations.
Yeah.
Adidas has that in them. Clearly that A to ZX pack was something of that nature, but it was just like this monster they put out just at the wrong time. If they did that in 2025, that would be a hit. I think that would be something if they collaborated with people like, do another one.
They did Sean Weatherspoon. They did one with Sean Weatherspoon.
That one sat too, and that was when like the height of his powers or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
You got nothing from that. Like you can still find those if you go to certain boutiques, there's still some pairs sitting for like $10 or just trying to dip. Like, please take this shit. Yeah. I mean, when you look at 500 Flex, Flex, like check those out. You're building your collection of 500. Those would be some awesome.
You're gonna love them. You will love them.
I gotta check them out. I definitely gotta check them out. I've been looking. I was just looking at a pair. I was looking at the Boston Marathon and the Thanos pair.
I love that one.
Yeah,
the ZX1000 that they did in the original.
With the white and blue.
Yeah, white and blue, and they used the original materials and the original last and all that other stuff. Like they did so many cool things, but it was also there was a lot of media that you kind of had to go and look for, right? Like, and since I was interested in it, like I went and looked, but is the average consumer going to do that, or are the nerds going to do that, right?
Yeah.
Like.
That's what I mean. We're nerds. We're just nerds.
Yeah, exactly. We're nerds. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I will go and do it because I am a nerd. Same thing with like they're re-releasing some of the Powerwall Air Maxes, right? Like
I did, yeah.
The Limeades and the Lemonades and like.
Oh yeah, okay.
They're cool. Like people, they got like lukewarm reception, but. I felt
you didn't know about them. No one talked about the Powerwalls like that. I mean, that is very targeted to a certain kind of sneaker collector.
The nerds.
The nerds. Like we just said, like
yeah.
That's why I look at things coming out like I'm trying to think of something. So apparently we are supposed to be getting. Is it the Air Max 95? I think it's like that pink, like white and pink one.
Yeah,
Supposed to be coming
pink
back
foam.
out. Pink foam. Thank you, Flex. Yes. So again, that's one of the ones. Who knows about that? That is one I've always loved. I love that color shoe. I love the pink foam of that 95. But the thing is, 95, the prices are just too high on them, man. Like, I love them. Like the Stash pair, I am eyeing it. I'm waiting for a little bit. Like the prices aren't going crazy. They stayed about $15 within the retail. So I might pull the trigger if it's a little bit over retail. But I just like the shoe. It is something.
I got them for retail on Kith last week.
Oh, well, I'm gonna start to keep looking around and see if I can find retail.
Yeah. Check. Because here's the thing, right? If I Google a sneaker, it's gonna go. StockX and Go are always gonna be the first
two
results that pop up, right?
Yep.
So what I've started doing is I'm just gonna go straight to the
Site and
straight
search it.
to the site and search, man. Like we gotta go old school.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Let's. Dude, is this? I'm looking at. They still got. I mean, I don't think they have my size, but there's only one size left. But I mean, I've been hearing about kids of immigrants Sunders floating around and like.
Yeah,
different
they
places.
still are.
I'm like, you.
I mean, the purple pair or the
purple pair, gone. Like, I know everybody. I want that one too, man. But the orange pair's been floating around. I saw, was it Seth Fowler did a video. I mean, he's in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania. So he's Lapstone and Hammers there. He walked in, they had sizes sitting on shelves, man. I'm like, what?
I can believe it.
I'm like, that's one of my favorite hobbies, though. Like going through different boutique websites and just seeing what's there, man. Like people give up so easy.
Yeah.
I am such a cheap person that I just don't want to buy anything for over what it should be.
Oh yeah, nah. I learned early in the game. I was like, wait a minute, you spending all this money. Let's see if you can get them deals. And that's when I became Clarence Rack Flex because
dude,
I was
mad
searching
at you, bro.
high and wide.
It's such a. I feel like it's such a big shift from where I was before. Because like before, I was just like, I got money in my pocket. Show me the prices on GOAT. Let's just all right. Let's do it. Right.
Make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Now it's like I will be staring at my phone with like a vein pulsing in my forehead, just like trying to find where's the lowest price at.
My day is full of that. Like I just found this shoe. Like, I like talking. You say on Kith. I mean, it's over retail on other stuff for some reason, but the Fragment Air Spiridon, the white and blue one, they got my size sitting there on Kith. I'm like, 170 is a bit pricey, so I'm gonna let it linger for a minute. But size 4 through 10.5 and a 14, that means that shoe ain't going nowhere for a minute.
Yeah.
I got time, and that's what I like. I got time, and that's Jordan's gonna try to promote this false scarcity for some of these shoes, but I'm gonna keep taking my time because I've been able to build a great collection, in you guys' words, a diverse collection, over years of just waiting, counting on sales. Like if you guys look at my background, it's literally like it's an homage podge of nonsense behind me. It's worse than a closet. Like it is. I no one's paying me, first of all, but
that part.
No, like this brand loyalty is like I only buy Jordan. Like, cool, is Jordan paying you? Like, because you're giving him a lot of money to pay for his Ferrari that he don't care about you.
Yeah, and we see a lot of people on TikTok and not just TikTok but social media with that with that mindset where it's like I'm just wearing Jordans, I'm only wearing Jordans, and it's like that man doesn't know that you exist.
Probably never will.
If they say it loud enough and long enough, they think they're gonna get a free pair, which God bless them. I hope they do for all the effort of paying that money to them. They deserve a free pair. But I mean we've seen those things like randomly where Nike would put out these tweets or stuff like, oh, we gave out free pairs to those. It was the Foamposite Royal was like the last one, I think. I'm like, to who? Who did you like? Let me see the person's face. Let me see that they're not a Nike employee or affiliated with you. Then I'll believe you. But it's always just a picture of the shoe and some handwritten note. I'm like, how would you know who they were?
Yeah, I've seen the video. I mean, because Key and Kyrie, they're pretty big on Twitter, and they seem to have a lot on Twitter. And I always wonder, like, how do they know? Because your first name may not be on your Twitter, so how do you just randomly send these people pairs? And a lot of people
there's a DM that happens first.
I would hope so.
Well, I
Or
mean,
email.
some people will just say like they sent it to me. They kept my information and sent them to me. So like, you know, my information has changed multiple times since I've had my sneakers account. I think I've had my sneakers account almost 10 years now. So like, where are you gonna send them to, buddy?
I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. Where are you gonna send them to? You know, but there are Nike reps that reach out like, "Hey, what's your address? I want to send you these. I want to, I want to do this. I want to do that. What's your address?"
Well, I know you have. I mean, I don't know them. I mean, hey, again, I don't knock Nike because I don't like them. I actually love Nikes. I want better than what we get. So I know you get like people out there like who does the neighborhood stuff. Was it Malachi? I think his name is. You see,
Malachi, yeah.
He does. I mean, he was doing. I mean, looks like seating people, phones and stuff, which I thought was cool. I mean, like, hey, push it out there. But I like that. We saw what he was doing. It wasn't like, I feel like Nike is always this kind of big secret. Like, how you get seated from Nike is like, well, sure, you have to do your part and you have to do some work. But I like that we can see it out there because, like, whether it be, working with Jason at Saucony or the previous rep to work with at Reebok, it was just very, very open. Like, you could go ahead and tag them in a post and say, hey, thank you for this. And it seemed like Nike kind of, lack of better, or the evil empire out there is like, oh, they're just giving it to this person. I like to see that perspective from his profile, showing that he is like, hey, there are creators out there who are pushing that foam agenda that we're getting. I'm like, good. I mean,
yeah,
a little salty I don't have a pair, but I'm happy that someone who's actually out there pushing that, like, hey, they're pushing, they're riding for foams, they're getting their pairs, and that's cool. I'm glad that's happening.
Yeah. Nah, I'm glad to see that too, man. But I wanted to happen for me as well.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I would be like, if I didn't tell you I wanted it too, I'd be lying to you. So
it'll happen though. It'll happen.
I'm not the one to be like, hey, send me these. I just I don't know. I guess maybe I might call it pride. I guess. I mean, I'm just not really the one to like. Send me these. I'm like a kid on Christmas. Anytime someone decides to send me something, it is Christmas every time the UPS man drops on my door. I'm like, I may get too excited. I'm like, look, guys, I don't want you to think I'm too excited, but I am. I am very excited. I never thought that would ever happen. We never think that would happen, and it's not the end goal. But god dang it, it feels nice to be. It's an appreciation, like amazing. A pat on the back almost. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, percent.
Yep. But let's get into our showcase shoe. Mike, what did you bring? What did you bring to the table?
I'm gonna make sure no one has their shoe up this time. I promise.
That's why I asked you. That's why I just went ahead and asked you first. I was like,
I was like, I'm watching the screen vigorously this time. So this one is gonna be one of those obscure shoes, and it just has a special meaning to me because just as we talk about just growing a channel. So this is actually the Puma Sky Dreamer. Okay, it's old. It has like some kind of something on it. But this was J. Cole's collaboration. I think it might have been his first actual collaboration with Puma. That's where you have the Dreamer, of course, on there, and he had the white and gold colors. But the reason I picked this shoe, when we were doing an episode, I wanted to kind of think like nothing that was like just generic. But when I started the channel in 2020, we'd been doing a podcast for a year. I got reached out to by wear testers. They're like, hey, we're doing a sneaker media basketball game in Chicago for the All-Star game that year. So like, you want to come? I was like, yeah, of course, I'll be there. Okay. They're like, cool. They're like, what's your shoe size? Like, get my shoe size, and then boom, got there within a couple weeks. We did our thing, and they roll a freaking flat, like a flat little dolly out with all these Pumas out there. Like, hey, Puma wants to give you guys all the shoes so you guys can play in them and you guys can keep them. So it was my first ever seated sneaker. And it's, again, one of the things I will never get rid of. Like, I may not wear them much anymore because I've hooped in them so much, but this is just kind of anytime I have that moment of like, what? Just kind of, I look back, it's like, you came from this first shoe to what you've done now. And it's just, it's a nice reminder of where I started and how this is going.
Getting that first seated shoe is, it's definitely a milestone. It's an accomplishment. It's like I've been into this for so long. I've been buying my own. And from someone from a brand to reach out and say, you know what, you deserve this. It's a nice feeling. So
100%.
Shout out Jason.
100%.
Yeah, for real, right?
Shout out Jason.
Shout out Jason,
Saucony
Jennifer.
Your first? Was Saucony your first?
Seated pair?
Flex?
Yes. Yeah.
Which one was it?
I mean,
He's like so many now.
Tips, right?
No. It was the Minted New York. Minted New York.
Yeah.
That's a cool. That's a good one.
Yeah, Pro Grid. Yeah. Because I had
Mine
come
was
in.
actually.
What was yours?
Go ahead. It was a Stadium, like Stadium goods, but it was a Stadium K-Swiss SI-18 International.
From where?
Is it like the old tennis model?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
So Stadium sent me a pair of those. And I was like, all right, bet.
Why not? This is
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I think on Extra Butter was one of your first pairs. That's what I was thinking.
Nah. This was
Morning.
before Extra Butter.
Okay.
Yeah, this is before Extra Butter.
Okay, that's dope. That's
They
dope.
sent me some pairs too. Yeah.
No, Extra Butter done hooked you up. Bernie done hooked you up. Bernie done hooked you up. I've been along for that ride, so I've been looking.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
Yo.
There needs to be some of these people coming on over Stadium Goods and Extra Butter. What's up? This will work.
So I got the De La Soul low Nike SBs. What I really like about this shoe to me is SBs were never about skating for me. It was never about hype for me. Again, I live near the Black Sheep here in North Carolina. And it's crazy because when I got these, you could actually get them to hold the pair for you. Like you could order online, say you're gonna pick them, and you're gonna pick them up. Fast forward to the Chunky Donkey. I call up there trying to order, and they're like, no, we don't have them. You gotta get a raffle. Click. So it's crazy how times change. But I got these from Black Sheep. I also got my La Familia Blue Ox SBs from there too. But what I really liked about the SBs, to me, I seemed like the quality and how they did the materials and the backstories always seemed a little more top tier than what I was used to. So that's what got me into SBs. I don't have a lot of them, but I do got a couple pairs. But yeah, and this is one of the first, maybe if not the first, SB in my collection. But
Yeah.
Dude, nice.
How much did you pay for those?
I might have got them under retail, honestly.
They were, man, that's one of the ones I kicked myself for not buying because I know they sat around for a while. I was like, why didn't I buy that?
I know I didn't pay over retail. I know for a fact it wasn't over retail. Cause like I said, you could used to be able to look on the site like, hey, y'all still got these? Yeah, we're gonna hold for them.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be there in 15 minutes.
That's awesome. Man.
Yeah. I got my pair for $60 on GOAT back when
I didn't pay that.
SBs were dead.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, like they were dead. It was probably back in like 2017, 2018.
I've been trying hard not to go on an SB rampage since they are getting low. Like it has been really hard to not just scoop them all up because there's so many other things I want to add. Because there's been a point I'm like, I just have them all on GOAT like 40, 50, $60. Or I walk into the outlet. You walk in. I walked into the Nike. Where did I walk into? Like the Nike store here. There's like a boutique Nike store, and like it was called the Woodlands. Here's like one of the prevalent areas of North Houston. I walked in. They just sit on the table. I'm like, take these $110.
I'm looking at that movie pair, the cinema pair with like the velvet.
To get them.
I want that. I want that pair. I want that pair.
I want the escargots, but I'm like, will I ever wear it? Will I ever wear them?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I brought today, the Stash 95s.
Very nice.
I gotta get
and
that
yeah, I really like these. They don't look as good as the 06 pair. But this is still a really, really cool pair. It does have this Velcro patch on it. But yeah, the lacing system is the biggest difference for me. It's kind of got like this external lacing system that most 95s don't have. Like usually the lacing system is like a little bit more on the inside, but it's still a really, really good pair that I'm happy to have. The Air Force Ones also dropped with these, and I'm still debating whether or not I want them. And it's like I'm leaning no, but I'm also really big into like completing collections, and it's like I just don't think that this is going to be a pair that I end up picking up.
I would never wear them.
Yeah. That's the other part. Like, I would never wear them. Like the 95s, like I would definitely.
Yes.
I mean, I love the 95. I'm excited for the Volt pair to come out this year.
The 95s.
Yeah, the
95 neons, like the OGs.
Yeah. Neon.
I think they're gonna be tough to get for some reason. I think they will be because
I can see them making them, limited
because I've seen they got the Air
neighborhood
Max
stores
box.
only. So
yeah.
Then they got little hints of anniversary and stuff on the bottom. So
really like the 95, like the stash joints. So happy to have them in the collection. Next week I'm going to go a little bit deeper in the room, but today we're going with the stash 95s.
Nice.
Yeah, I think the only Air Force I get is the Air Force ones that we've seen. The Year of the Dragon. I still that pair is
I remember that pair.
crazy enough for me to grab. Like I said, if I'm not really into a silhouette, if I do get them, it's gotta be a crazy colorway, something exclusive.
Yeah.
And that Year of the Dragon Air Force One will probably be the last Air Force One I ever get, bro.
I think I might get linens. They're sitting around for really
linens.
I don't like Air Force Ones either, though. I'm in the same boat as like there's not my shoe of choice, but the linens is kind of like a respect thing. It's like, hey, I know what that is. Like, it's kind of like making a nod to that shoe. I know what you are.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I like the colorway. Because I like the linens, 14s, and the linens just in general.
Yeah.
The whole linen line. But
yeah.
I've gone several years without buying an Air Force One, like not one pair. And this last year, 2024, I bought 2 pairs of Air Force Ones. I got the linens. I know. I got the linens, and I got a white Supreme pair.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's for the culture.
Do you have you said Supreme? I've been meaning to ask you this randomly. I don't know why I thought of it now, but the Supreme Court Posit, did you have them?
Nah.
Supreme
Court Posit. I'm not paying for them. It's the old Composite tennis shoe, tennis sneaker. It came out during the U.S. Open. Not U.S. Open. It was like Australian Open last year, wasn't it? Because Alvarez was like holding them, but he never played them, which I thought was weak. They should have had him playing them.
Yeah, let me take a look. Let me see when they released. 10/19/2023, so it would have been 10.
Oh yeah, around the U.S. Open.
That's the end of
after the U.S. Open.
After the U.S. Open, yeah. So they probably were announced.
These are the one with the black and metallic green looking pair.
Yeah, you have like the green goblin color, then you have the white and you have the black.
Do you really want those?
I'm gonna be honest. No.
I don't like
really want those.
Just because I love tennis, I love collecting old tennis sneakers. It was one of those things I wanted it, but I was waiting for a general release.
Yeah.
Got nothing.
The shoe I am looking for though is the Nike Oscillate.
Oh, good luck finding a pair that's not destroyed.
Yeah, that's a old Pete Sampras shoe.
Yeah.
I would love that shoe. But yeah, the Court Posit was kind of whack. I wasn't a big fan of it. And I separate my sneaker love and tennis, right? Like, especially the last 2 years, I've become like so hyper focused on the court, right? Like I have this iPad, right? Like I got this iPad for Christmas, and it is used for recording people's swings and putting it in like I've got swings all in here. Like this is all just people's swings, man.
That's awesome.
So when I'm on the court, like I'm not even really thinking about sneakers, but that's also what funds my. That's what funds my sneakers.
But it's nice to compartmentalize though.
Yeah, it's definitely because like as soon as I hit the parking lot, bro, like I am locked in on. This is what we're going to do today.
Yep.
Bro hasn't looked up for a full episode since Christmas, so.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm trying to stay informed, bro. Like,
bro hasn't looked up for a full episode since Christmas, bro.
Like, I'm trying to make the episode like more dynamic, right? And so a lot of that is like me like searching for things and like. So
for the listeners that listened to the last episode, hearing him, what was that shoe you looked up? The Nike Air. He was like, "What was it?"
You can edit that, bro. You can edit that.
Bro was like, "Oh, I got my iPad now." And then he was like, "The Nike Air Jordan 1 Storm Blue. I'm like, yo, you that you're adding. That's what the dynamic that you're adding to this podcast. I like it. But now, Mike, we appreciate you hopping on, man.
Of course.
Taking the time out, sit down and talk sneakers with the Soul Brothers. Any closing remarks, guys?
No, man, I appreciate the time, man. I love the show. I love that we're able to kind of get jumping back and forth between each other's podcasts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's keep it going. Let's go take it all in 2025, right?
I like it, man.
Let's take it all in 2025. My last words, just again, another great episode. Appreciate you coming on, Mike.
Yeah, man.
Flex, stop calling me out about trying to make or I'm gonna get your boy on you, man. I'm gonna get your boy on you. So. Oh
no, not Tupac. But that made me lose my whole train of thought. But yeah, now we're trying to really collaborate this year. Collaborate with other podcasters, other sneaker creators, people in the space, man. Really start networking this year. This is our network.
Yeah,
we had our fun the first year. We played around, but this year I really want to lock in and really start making those connections and getting in those rooms. But yeah,
hop on the pod, Sneaky Leak podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hop on the pod.
I guess, after you do the podcast, come on over. Come on next door.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hop on the pod.
Yeah, but we got some stuff lined up, and I'm hopefully it falls through, and we do our thing.
Yeah, brother.
But same thing for us, Sneaker History Podcast, man. We wishing nothing but the best for you guys doing your thing. Like I said, I spoke on the last episode. Haas's video is gaining crazy traction. I spoke last night. It was like 16K. Now it's at 57. So I mean that's huge, for long form content. Getting people, 57,000 people to sit down and listen to an hour conversation, bro. You doing them Vlad? That's Vlad TV, man. That's the new Vlad TV of sneakers.
Vlad, we not giving Vlad a shot.
That boy about to kill it. He came in swinging on us in 2025, so he about to start killing it. That video is a monster right now. He's doing amazing things.
That's the battery in the back. So I love competition. So now me and Morgan, we gotta get our 57,000.
We're getting D's a song.
We got who?
The other half of the Bodega Boys, the defunct Bodega Boys.
Oh, see, now I gotta take that out. I can't make it seem like I don't know.
He said, "Well, can't have that here."
I was like, who? Nah. But nah, guys, as we always say, man, love, peace, and sneakers.
Peace,
everybody.
Soul Brothers. Soul Brothers. Retro 7s, Retro 3s, Metallic 7, Retro 11, sitting on freeze. They got